Ever had a manager accuse you of slacking and end up destroying their own schedule? Years ago, I worked for a tiny outsourcing company that acted like it was running a secret government agency. Their biggest client, a well-known local firm, relied on me for daily support. The client's office was only a short walk away, but my employer refused to let me work there. They didn't trust anyone out of sight. If you weren't in your chair, they wanted to know why. Because of that rule, the client provided me with a special laptop that let me connect to their systems remotely. The setup wasn't perfect, but it worked well enough. The client was always respectful and flexible, which made the job bearable. My employer, meanwhile, watched every move I made like I was planning an escape. One morning, the client's IT department called and told me the laptop needed critical on-site updates. These weren't optional. Something in the way the remote connection system worked needed repairing, and the fix could only be applied in person. They asked me to bring the laptop to their office sometime that afternoon. I thought it would be a simple conversation. I walked over to my manager, Mark, and explained everything clearly. Critical update. Must be done on site. Should take about 2 hours. Mark didn't care about any of that. All he heard was the part where I would be out of the building. He immediately insisted the update could be done remotely and that there was no reason for me to leave. I tried to explain the client's instructions, but he cut me off with that familiar discussion over tone. In his mind, I was just trying to wander off for a long break, so I shrugged and kept working. The next morning, I turned on the laptop and instantly knew something was wrong. It wouldn't connect to the client's network at all. Their software refused to load. Every document showed an error. My credentials were blocked everywhere. I couldn't even reach the login portal. It felt like the laptop had turned into a polished, expensive paperweight overnight. Mark came stomping over when he heard me mention it. He grabbed the laptop and clicked randomly like the issue would magically fix itself if he stared hard enough. After a few minutes, he realized he had no clue what he was doing. Reluctantly, he told me to take the laptop to the client, exactly what I had asked to do the day before. The client's office had a small cafe in the lobby, so after handing the laptop to their IT team, I got breakfast and waited. An hour later, the IT manager called me back. His exact words were, "This thing is completely done." He explained that the update they wanted to install wasn't just routine maintenance. It was meant to repair a failing connection process. Because my laptop didn't get the update in time, it cut itself off, flagged my account, and locked every tool I used. They couldn't simply fix it. They had to build me a completely new laptop from scratch, set up all my accounts again, and wait for every access rule to filter through their systems. The entire process would take about a week. The client wasn't upset at all. They knew I followed instructions. Their IT manager even apologized for the inconvenience and told me to take it easy until the new laptop was ready. My employer reacted differently. When I returned empty-handed, Mark acted like I had personally destroyed the laptop. I told him what the IT manager said, but he didn't want to hear it. Instead of sending me home for the week, he forced one of my coworkers, Jenna, to share her computer with me. That led to one of the most awkward work weeks of my life. Every hour, Jenna would log off and let me use her system. Then I'd log off and give it back to her. Hour after hour, day after day. Since I didn't have access to any of my actual tools, accounts, or files, the only tasks I could manage were tiny administrative things. At one point, I was basically proofreading random emails just to look busy. Jenna, thankfully, had a good sense of humor about it. We spent a lot of time chatting between the hourly switches, mostly about how strange the company's rules were. Spending that week together actually made us pretty close, and she became one of the few people I genuinely enjoyed working with there. By the end of the week, my employer had lost about 40 hours of productive time between the two of us. Meanwhile, the client finished building my new laptop right on schedule and welcomed me back with zero frustration or drama. A couple of years later, my employer ended up losing their contract with the client. I wasn't surprised. Their management style made everything harder than it needed to be. Jenna reached out when her new company was hiring, and I joined her soon after, and I haven't been told you can't leave the building since.